Can you guys see my, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, amazing. Okay. So I just wanted to first acknowledge that we are speaking to you today from the land of the Coast Salish, Kay Kite, Tualetooth, Stolo, and Musqueam peoples on whose traditional unceded territories we live, learn, and play on. We are committed to continuing to provide an inclusive and safe environment for all our athletes. So the agenda for the day, which seems long, but we're going to first do our election of directors. Then we'll hand it off to our treasurer for our financial reports. We're going to talk about some rebranding, our club handbook, some bursaries and scholarship information. And then we'll get to our club season this year, as well as the programs for 2024. So to start off, we will have our election of directors. We have 5 positions that we need to elect today. And for each position, they are elected for 2 years. Sorry, I actually completely forgot. I am Alessandra Day. I am the president of Action Volleyball Club. I have been the president since last year, maybe a year and a half. And so I am still in term. So I will just be running this election today. We have grown as a club over the last 2 years, which we are very happy and proud about. But that means that we do need a little bit more help on our administration end and our leadership end. The board has decided to open a new position as for a co-president, who will help me run the club. So that is the first position I will open nominations to. So do I have any nominations for co-president?
I'd like to nominate Michaela Mendoza.
Okay, great. And does anybody second that nomination?
I'd like to second that nomination.
Amazing. And is there any other nominations? Okay, so I will close the nomination for co-presidency, and we'll just open up the poll for that. And if everybody can answer one choice, please and thank you. I'll give that a couple seconds. Couple more seconds. Okay, amazing. Congratulations to our new co-president, Michaela Mendoza.
Thank you.
Okay, so our next one that we are electing is for position of vice president. So I will now open the floor to nominations for vice president.
I'd like to nominate Callie Glover.
Okay, and does anybody second that nomination?
I'd like to second that nomination.
Okay, and are there any other nominations? Okay, so I will close the nominations for vice president, and then you should be seeing your another poll if you can vote for one person. Give that a couple seconds. Okay, amazing. Well, congratulations to our new vice president, Callie Glover. Okay, our next position will be the position of treasurer. So I will now be opening the floor to nominations for treasurer.
I'd like to nominate Justina Kuziak.
Great, and does anybody second that nomination?
I'll second that nomination.
Okay. Any other nominations for treasurer? Okay, I will now close the nominations for treasurer, and you should see that poll again. If everybody can quickly, oh, just kidding, that's for secretary. Treasurer, there we go. Everyone can just vote. Couple seconds again. Okay, amazing. Well, congratulations to our new treasurer, Justina Kuziak.
Thank you.
Two more. So we have we will now open the nominations for secretary.
I would like to nominate Andrea Imola.
And does anybody second that nomination?
I'll second that nomination.
Okay. Any other nominations? Okay, so closing the nominations for secretary, and you should see the poll again. Okay, great. So congratulations to Andrea, our new
Thank you.
secretary. Okay, our last one, we have our position for director of media, and now opening the nominations for that.
I'd like to nominate Norman Wong.
Wong, and does anyone second that?
I would like to second that nomination.
Any other nominations? Okay, closing the nominations for director of media and launching that poll. Couple more seconds. Okay, well, congratulations, Norm, our new
Thanks.
director of media. Okay, that was quick. So this is our new board for the next 2 years. I think I can speak for myself and everybody else on the board that we are very proud and honored to be part of the Action Board and work to provide our members and the community of Burnaby and everyone around us with as many opportunities for young athletes to play volleyball. And we are happy to continue that over the next couple of years. Okay, so that was our board of directors. Like I was mentioning, our club has grown vastly and quickly over the past year and a half. And we had our administrator, Ingrid Wang, who has been our administrator for years, stepped down for her position, and we thought that it was a good time to kind of reallocate jobs and tasks in our administration team. So we decided to have 2 administrator positions. And now we have a new team. We have a club administrator, Miwa, who is here today. And then we also have Justina, who is our treasurer, and also our development program administrator. So whenever you're emailing or have any questions, their emails are up on our website. But these are our administrators who you'll be speaking with, and we are very happy to have them on our team. Okay, so I'm gonna give the floor to our treasurer, Justina, who will talk quickly about our financial reports.
All right. So our bank balance in our Vancity bank account as of September 21st, which was our year end, was $7,315.13. We do have a second PayPal account, which is where we collect all of the revenue and the funds for our club and our program. So we have some funds sitting there, but this is for our bank balance. And then revenue, we collected $97,466.20. and our expenses were $86,394.98. This is definitely an increase from last year. But we have also seen an increase in programs that we've been offering during the summer and the spring, and also some age groups. And then this has caused an increase in revenue, and then also an increase in expenses due to increased facilities, more coaching, and yeah, I don't, anything else you want me to add, Alessandra, I think? Any
No, I
questions?
think that was great. Yeah, we've again been expanding, so
Mhm.
our financial report definitely reflects that. But I think we are in a good position as an organization with our financials moving forward for this year. So thank you, Justina, for that.
No problem.
Perfect. And we are going to move on and talk about our rebranding. So I don't know if a lot of people know, but this is Action's 15th year. Our 15th year anniversary. We were established in 2008 by actually SFU's head coach at that time. And we've had a long journey from then, especially since we've had that little stump during COVID. But over the past couple of years, we've rebuilt from the ground up. We've had new leadership and also just an amazing new community for Action Volleyball. And we really wanted to take this 15th year anniversary as a time that we can do some rebranding. And I think we wanted our brand to reflect more of our members at this time. So the biggest part of that was going to be a new logo. We've been working on it for the past month, 6 weeks to a month. We've been working with Michael Chung, and he is a design student at BCIT who we are grateful has taken his internship and chosen to do it with us. So this is his work, and this is what we've come up with in the past month. This is our new logo. It will be on all our gear, all our merchandise, all our t-shirts, all our sweaters that we will be offering starting this club season. So starting January, this is what our girls will see on their jerseys and parents on their t-shirts. So we're very proud of what we've done, and I hope you guys like it. Yes, so this is our little rebrand. Okay, next. Goals for our 2023-2024 season. We have 3 big goals. The first is to improve our communication between Action Volleyball as an organization and our board, and then our members. And that includes our parents, our players, and our coaches, and any volunteers who help us along the way. We also want to provide financial assistance to our members, and as well as continue to provide as many opportunities as possible for our members to play volleyball. So speaking of our first goal of improving communication, we are introducing this year a new club handbook. And this club handbook has been championed by Michaela Mendoza. She has worked the entire summer, the past 4 to 6 months on this lovely handbook. And so I'm just going to hand over the floor to Michaela to talk a little bit about it.
Thank you. Yeah, so like Alessandra said, it's been a labor of love the past couple of months here, just working on it. So again, our main goal at Action is to improve the communication between Action and all of our members. So it includes a guide of our policies, procedures, kind of what we represent at Action and how we want to present to other members of the community and to Volleyball BC. And it sets expectations for our members, so the board members, coaches, players, and athletes. It also gives details on our travel tournaments, what Action athletes can expect, and anything on refunds. That's all included in the handbook, and it will be released probably in the next week or so, right before tryouts start. It'll just be available for you to read on our website. And we will have portions of it. There's a portion on code of conducts that our parents, coaches, athletes, and board members have to sign that you'll be able to take a look at, and it's what you guys will follow. But yeah, it'll be available in the next couple weeks. We'll release it on our website and you can take a look.
Amazing. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for all your work, Michaela. I think this will
No
really,
worries.
I think this really benefit the club. Okay. And then our second goal was to help provide our members with financial support. And so this year we have decided to introduce some bursaries and scholarships. There'll be two times that will be offered. The first will be a bursary that is based on financial need. This bursary will be given to one scholar from each club team age group, and it will be a value of $300. People or athletes will have to apply for this. The application is not open yet, but it will be open towards our members once club season starts. And so we will release more information about how that will work at that time. We're also offering a scholarship based on merit. We will have one scholar who is from the oldest club team age group. So this year it will be our U18 age group. And this will go towards their post-secondary education. It will be awarded to a scholar who is a well-rounded member of Action Volleyball Club, who shows excellence in athletics, in their academics, and also shows that they are giving back to their community. And it will be a total of $500. Again, more information of the application process will be given during the time of club, and to only our club members. Yes, so we're very excited to announce that. And now to what most of you are waiting for, our club season 2023-2020. Oh, I'm sorry, it says 34. 2024. So we are offering 5 teams this year from U14 to U18. We have here our amazing coaching teams laid out. A lot of them have been coaching with Action for the past couple of years, and we are so lucky that they have decided to do another year with us. But we also have a couple names that aren't as recognizable because they have agreed to join our family this year, and we are very excited to have them. So yeah, most of our coaches will be at tryouts. I think we're very proud that our coaches act as a team themselves and show up for each other, and so you will be able to meet all of them during tryouts, as well as our board members will be walking around too. Tryouts are over here. Each team will have 2 tryouts. So that first bullet point is the first tryout that is open to anybody. Our registration is open on our website and has been for the past couple of weeks. You can find that again on actionvolleyball.com, and it's under tryouts. So yes, the first bullet point for each team is that open tryout, and the second one is for the callback. So after that first tryout, we will be posting a list of numbers of who will make it to that second callback. But these are the dates and the times and our venues. Okay, and what will the season look like? So this year we will have 2 practices a week. Practices will usually start in January, though some teams may have the option to start maybe a week in December once teams are made. And then we have increased what is included in our club fees from 3 tournaments to 4 tournaments. And these tournaments usually happen between February and April. And then around the middle of April to end of April, we have our provincials, which all the teams will go to. And then in May, our teams have the option to attend nationals, though that is decided by each team, and is not included in our club fees. But that is kind of what the season will look like. It should end either, depending on if you do decide to go to nationals, either the end of April or middle of May. Okay, and now our programs, we will continue to provide opportunities for people who are unable to participate in our club teams. And because of that, we have run house leagues during the same club season time. We have 3 house leagues that we are planning to open up. We have our Atomic age group, which is around grade 5 to 7. We have our Boost age group, which is around grade 7 to 8. And then our Train and Play age group, which is grade 9s to 11. And we're very happy to continue that during the spring and then also into our summer, where we offer the same 3 plus our summer programs that our elite club players can attend as well.
Sorry, Sandra, I just want to add something for the
Yeah.
spring one. So for the spring one, we won't open registrations till after our club teams have been announced. This just gives opportunity for kids that haven't made club teams or decided that they don't want to play club, an opportunity to get in. I know that it was a problem a couple years ago, so we started releasing registration after all teams have been finalized for the club season. So it'll be probably second week of December once teams are finalized.
Yes, and these
So-
ones should start in January as well.
Yes, yeah.
And probably go till end of April.
Mhm.
So the spring programs are our longest programs in terms of time and number of sessions you get out of it. And then the summer we'll actually usually have one in May and June, and then another session July and August. Yeah. Okay, so that's all the information I have for everybody. I just want to open up the floor to any questions that anyone might have, and yeah, feel free to raise your hand or put anything in the chat, and we'll try to do our best to answer any questions you have. And coaches, feel free to ask too.
I've got one question about the how was it Boost and Atomic. If you try out for club, are you favored for those, or are they like first come, first serve, or how do they work?
Go
The
ahead.
past couple years, it's just been whoever signs up first. But anyone that does do our programs, I usually release an email to them before I do it to the public. So you'll get advance notice on when we'll open up the registrations. And if you can be on there at 12, then that's when it'll open up. But that's usually how I've done it for the past year. They'll get advance notice.
Okay, cool.
Mhm. Yeah. Anybody else? You can even type it in the chat if you don't wanna, or if you can't use your microphone. That's okay as well.
Hi there. Hi, my name is Lucia. I was just wondering, do you guys, part of the financials, do you guys apply for the BC Gaming grants as well?
BC Gaming grants. I know that we had a question about it last year, and we were trying to figure out if we did do that. I'm not sure. Sandra, do you know?
No, we don't have any.
We
gaming,
don't, right? Okay.
So
Oh,
we're-
okay.
So besides the grant that or the bursary we're going to be giving out this year, we usually ask or like tell kids to apply for a couple others that usually give money to Action. That's CS as an organization. Can't think of the name of the 2 off the top of my
We have-
head.
well, we've had success for our kids who have gotten some kid sports grants.
Mhm.
And then as well as Jumpstart, which is the one that is offered through Canadian Tire. And those are just grants that you can apply online for.
I guess a follow-up to that is that is Action considered a not-for-profit organization?
Yes, we are not.
Yes.
So, you know, an avenue that I'm not sure who the treasurer or who does the financials is, but the swim club that we belong to, we actually apply for BC Gaming grant.
Okay.
And as long as the eligibility is basically for a not-for-profit organization, and you're able to apply for a grant to help subsidize costs of like gym rentals or whatever. So if you think your financials could use some improvement,
Mhm.
there's always a free grant out there that you just have to apply for.
Okay. Yes, thank you for that information. We'll definitely look into it, and Justina will make note of that. Amazing. Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, it's called it's a community gaming grant from BC government.
Cool.
Okay. That's actually really helpful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Anyone else? I see that our coach Miles has added a link in the group chat for any provincial championship questions. If you guys are interested in information about that.
If you do want to look at what tournaments will most likely be entering, I will be putting that on the website probably in the next day. The only one that I haven't gotten yet is when the SFU dates are, but I do have all the other dates for each of the teams. So if you go into the specific tab for your daughter's age group, I will put down, or like I do have it ready, I just have to release it. It'll show which tournaments we will be entering for the season. The locations are not confirmed yet because Volleyball BC hasn't had confirmations for each of them, but at least you know when in the year each tournament is, if you need to plan around your daughter's schedule and see if they can make all the tournaments that we are offering.
Amazing. Included in the tabs on each club age is also the practice times. They're up on our website. Our gyms are mostly in Burnaby. Burnaby schools, we have Christine Sinclair Community Center as well as BCIT. And then we do have a couple schools in New Westminster, if I'm correct.
Yeah, Lord Kelvin Community School, right by Moody Park. And then we have Kakite Elementary, that's by Douglas College. And then the rest are all Burnaby gym spaces.
Yes, and those are used for both our club and our programs or camps. Any other questions?
Maximum number of girls selected per team. Okay, so for most teams it is 12. We have had a couple teams where there is 13. If it is 13, during tournaments, only 12 can be on a roster. So you have to take that into account. For 13 and 14U though, it is fair play. What fair play means is that for each game, you have to have all 12 of your players play the sets. So you have to have your first 6 on for the first set, second 6 on for the second set. So they're unable to have more than 12 athletes on 13 and 14U. 15U to 18U, you can have up to 15 kids on your team, but again, same rule, only 12 can appear in your roster, only 12 can play during that game. But yeah, 12 kids are on one team, most likely. Any other questions? I will try to answer if I have the
You can talk about the changes in the 17 and 18.
Oh, sure. Yeah. So for 17, 18U, last year they started ranking teams. So what that meant is each tournament that you entered, you basically 1 point that went towards your overall ranking for provincials. This year they decided, so last year it was 17 18U combined, so 17Us were also playing with 18Us. This year they will be separate, so 17Us will have their own tournaments, 18Us will have their own tournaments as well. Each tournament that you enter that is Volleyball BC run, you gain points. If you do not attend one of the Volleyball BC events, you do drop 6 rankings. So for our 17 and 18U teams, you do have to attend all of the super series that they are providing. So both our 17 and 18U teams, they are going to the Okanagan and also going to the island. For the 18Us, I am trying to get a tournament in the States. I have been looking into it. There are a couple that work with dates that kind of work for me and the coaches, or that make more sense because of prom and grad that are at the end of the year. So most likely we're not going to do Emerald City just because it's cutting it close to when all of your events are. So I'd rather do one in season in March. Early March is my plan for a tournament if we do one in the States. But yes, me and Norm are looking into it to see if we are able to do it. It would be very fun. I'm very excited if we can get it done.
Yes, so Volleyball BC for each age group offers 3 super series, and those are those ranking tournaments or tournaments that go towards each team's ranking that Michaela was talking about. And that does change between different age groups of what is required of them. But included in the club fees is 4 tournaments in total for sure. And then provincials. So that 4th tournament may be a Volleyball BC for some age groups, and some age groups would be something else like SFU or a US tournament if the U18s do one. Any questions from our coaches? I know we'll have a meeting, or we'll have a meeting with our coaches, but
Exactly, it is coaches. We do have the gym space available, but a lot of clubs this year are having trouble finding coaches that are willing to coach. We did grow from last year. We had only 4 teams that we were offering. But again, we're having trouble getting coaches that are willing to dedicate their time. We are a volunteer. Like all of our coaches are volunteer. We do get paid an honorarium, but it's not parent coaches. So all of our coaches are actually former athletes, except for maybe 2 or 3. The male coaches are the ones that are not athletes, but the rest are all former athletes of Action. So I played for Action with Callie from 15 to 18U, and a couple others were a little bit more recent than we are, but most of us are former players.
yeah, but over the past year, we have had an open application
Mhm.
on our website about anyone interested in coaching. We're
Always looking.
always
Yes.
looking, always open to meeting people and interviewing them if they are interested in coaching. But unfortunately, we found only enough this year to be able to dedicate to 5 teams. But the goal was 6 teams this year. And then hopefully in the future, more per age group. We do have the interest for athletes wanting to play. And our goal is always to serve that and to provide as many teams as we can. But there are just these resources that we unfortunately have an unlimited amount of, and that does include coaches and gym space. Our gym space, we are doing a bit better, and we've had some consistent ones that we've had over the past couple of years, and they've been honoring our contracts and over the years, which is great. So for the most part, it's the coaches that we need. So if anybody has any interest or knows anyone, definitely point them our way. Our email is on our website.
Yeah, point them to me or Alessandra. We typically take a look at all the coaches, so we get all the applications. and all that.
Any other questions? I don't want to keep you guys for too long. Would you have parent assistant coaches? Yeah, I have no parent coaches are definitely welcome. But it's less of like that you're a parent and more that you can coach. Does that make sense? So we want to be hiring and taking in people who are coaches as opposed to just want someone to put a name on. Again, like we want our coaching team to be a coaching team.
There are requirements that Volleyball PC puts in place for people that want to coach. Person in authority checks and actually coaching courses that you'll have to do. But yeah, anything like that, if you were willing to, you could, there's actually a form on Google. Yes, anything that is coaching related, all of that gets reimbursed by Action because we want to provide our coaches opportunity to learn and grow as coaches. So any of that training or courses are provided, and we tell you what to do. And any courses that you are needed or need.
Yeah. We have our vice president who's in charge of all the coaching education and making sure we provide good coaches for all our programs and our teams. So yeah, if anyone's interested, if you're a parent, amazing. We are happy to have you as well. But you do have to go through the training that is required by Volleyball BC. Yeah. Okay. Well, if there's isn't any other questions, I'm gonna put our email in the chat. It's .com, right? Just kidding. That's our email. If you weren't able to ask us today, feel free to shoot us an email and we're pretty good at answering for the most part. But otherwise, I hope to see you guys at tryouts. Our registration again is open. There are links on our website as well as Instagram that we try to post frequently. So hopefully we see you guys there and we are very excited to meet you. Thank you for supporting Action. And hopefully you guys have a good rest of your night. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandra.
Thanks, Sandra.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Thanks, Sandra, Michaela.
Thank you.
Bye.
Guys.
Thank you, Trevor.
Bye. Thank you so much.